150 green flag laps with a roughly 10-minute halftime break. Denny Hamlin and the inaugural winner here, Joey Logano, lead them to green. Contact already from the front row. Logano could not turn down in front of Hamlin. Does so in turn one, then opens the door in two. Gonna have to try to keep him pinched down there, especially on exit. Talking about Logano staying tough on that outside, slipping and sliding. This is a battle for track position. Finally got it clear.
Yeah, you say keep him down on exit, and then he misses the next corner. Now he's got to do it all over again.
Hamlin's a little sharper this time. He gets into turn three very well and takes the lead.
Pushed it away from him, took it away from him. Here comes Ty Gibbs, his teammate alongside. That's the easiest pass Ty's going to have all night.
Well, I think that 54 car is really good, as we've talked about in practice and qualifying. As we see Joey Logano come down in front of the 24.
He got some help. Smooth and straight. One. That was almost catastrophic there. Had to make a block on William Byron behind him. William had a nose underneath of him and let him go.
Alex Bowman got Byron in the bumper, and that hit Logano 3 cars ahead. Now the conveyor belt forms up. There was a lot of jostling mid and back of the pack as everybody fought for position. But now things are mostly single file. Back to Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace, teammates finding it out. Looking back from Ross Chastain and all that. Side by side, those two, Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin Toyotas.
See Ryan Preece on the bottom of Kyle Larson there making a pass, and Ryan Preece, this is right up his alley. Hardcore, short track, beating and banging.
He led 43 laps in this race last year, then had fuel pump trouble.
And you see him enter a little bit high on the entry to the corner to try to get to the center of the corner and drive up off the corner to make that pass.
See Byron starting to get to the rear bumper. Logano there, putting some pressure back on Gibbs. Having the affordability to have some clean air. Talking about Ty Gibbs, his teammate up there. Watch him, learn a little bit there. You got to keep these guys behind you.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see as we go on this long run as to whose car is actually good. We've only had short runs in practice, and we're going to run the first 15 or 20 laps here, and everybody's car is going to get better. We've got a few less cars than we had last year in this field, who's already 3/4 of a lap behind.
It's a great point. Only 12 laps in. I'm going to tell you another 8, and he's going to be on the bump for this lap traffic, and the whole game changes. Then it becomes who can get through traffic the best. That's who's going to win this race.
Martin Truex up 5 spots, still very deep in the field, back at 14, but he's probably made the most progress of anybody so far.
And I think he's got one of the better cars. I would say that Martin, I would fall into this category too, is not an extremely great qualifier, but he's an extremely great racer, and he is going to get to the front because we have seen how strong these Gibbs cars are.
Well, obviously, him winning the race last year, talking about Truex, you know that those guys leading this race, probably, I bet you those setups a lot like what he ran. So that car is just as good as those, but a lot of cars passed before he can make a name for himself here tonight.
We see the Busch Light bumper cam here on Ross Chastain.
A little bit of bump and run there with Justin Hale. Bring it.
Mike, you guys are talking about Martin Truex Jr. Spoke to him right before he got into the race car. Said, what's different from last year to this year? You're not quite as fast. He said, the car's not that fast. It was just really tight in practice. They were trying to adjust to get those front tires in turn. And as you guys mentioned, it's so far so good. Up 5 spots at the start of this race.
Put Martin to work. This track is so small. Look how much wheel he has to turn in that car. He's almost 3/4 of the way around.
Yeah, the drivers are really busy. And I think when you talk about marketing coming through the field, I mean, this track is going to develop for you. See Ryan Blaney here as we run more and more laps. Is it going to be a tight car or a loose car that you want on the long run as the track revers up?
Ryan Blaney had to take the provisional spot. Did not qualify on time. Started last.
Humbling little sport we have here with NASCAR. Wins the championship. Now we're looking over in the mirror, trying to not get lapped.
Look at this. Corey LaJoie to the inside. The number 10 now being driven by Noah Gragson side by side, and Gregson's going to get the worst of that as Briscoe moves through, and here comes Keselowski as well.
And that's the worst part. Once you get moved up, especially when you're holding that line up, like I said, said at the top of the show.
There you go, Clint.
Now he's going to lose 5, 6, 7. Where's he finally going to get in?
Saw that left front tire on the 14 car lock up and go right into the side of Corey LaJoie's door. But now Corey's out of the groove, and here they come.
A little bit of a change to the rules here, change the gearing. Most of these cars, for the most part, aren't downshifting. That's an aid, right? Helps you slow down. That's why you're seeing a lot more wheel lockups this year versus the other two.
As these guys race and things start to beat and bang, and you see the left front tire, very common lockup here. But as these guys are racing, this is the back, I don't know, 7, 8 cars at the back of the field. But the guy that's right behind them is Denny Hamlin. And I think that's why you're seeing them be so aggressive.
That's exactly why you're seeing him aggressive.
There's the race leader, Denny Hamlin. About a third of a straightaway behind this group that has now gone single file of 7 cars trying to get away from him. 25 laps in. Boy, that happens fast.
Tell you what,
My goodness.
minor P's and Q's right now. See Chastain, he ain't willing to ride. He's going to try to get him on the outside. You don't see that very often.
But you got to make it happen quick, because if you get hung up there, you're going to wind up losing some spots. Jamie?
Our race leader, Denny Hamlin, right now. I talked to his crew chief, Chris Gabehart, earlier, and he said, last year we came here, we felt like we had a car that could win the race. But you know what? That's not good enough. We brought a different setup here, and they are lights out. They've been so happy all day long, and right now they're telling him, adjust your brake bias. Kevin Flynn, what exactly are they telling him to do?
Well, you can adjust that brake bias. We see left front lock up. What we're going to do, we're going to put some rear brake in it, try to take some of that pressure off the front.
Yeah, and you want as much rear brake as you can, as tight as the corners are here, to help that car turn on the entry to the corner while you're under brakes. So it's a balance. You have that adjustment inside the car to kind of make up for the handling deficiencies that you have. Think about it right now, Clint, is he can enter a little bit higher, and he can turn down so hard in the center of the corner and get up off the exit really strong.
Maneuverability. That's what it takes to be good, especially when you start getting into this lap traffic. And I agree with you. He is maneuvering better, rolls the center better. He can get straight drives up off.
Oh man, you see the brake rotors just I'll spit it out, glowing bright red on Joey Logano's car.
All right, they are looking up to the outside. They're double wide in front of them, so Ty Gibbs gets the inside. Gilliland ahead. Then LaJoie and Gregson about to go 2 down, side by side for the lead.
Watch his Logano. He's going to be licking his chops too. Do not let that hold. Don't let him in.
Clear Hewitt at 10, clear to 11. 22-year-old.
He's not going to be able to get down.
3 wide. Trouble. With Gregson in trouble way up on the outside. Logano now gunning on the inside for second.
Boy, Logano's brakes are glowing, Kevin.
Yeah, it's mainly just on that right front tire.